Hey, Ena, you ever notice how sometimes being honest in English can sound kind of rude?
Rude? Hmm. What do you mean?
Well, when you tell someone the truth directly, it can sound too strong, especially if you don't use those tiny, polite words that smooth things out.
Like, what kind of words?
Like, actually, that one little word can completely change how your honesty feels.
Really? One word?
Yep, just one. Let me show you. Imagine someone says, "You're wrong." That sounds harsh, right? Like, boom, no emotion.
Yeah, that feels a little cold.
Exactly. But now listen. Actually, I think you might be wrong. Hear the difference?
Oh, wow. That does sound softer.
Right? Actually is like a cushion. It lets you say what's true, but kindly. It's like saying, "I disagree, but I still respect you."
That's a nice way to put it.
Here's another one. Suppose someone asks, "You're from India, right?" And you're not. You could say, "No, I'm from Bangladesh." Totally fine, but a bit flat.
Yeah, that's how I usually say it.
But if you say, "Actually, I'm from Bangladesh," it feels friendly, natural, warm, like you're gently correcting, not rejecting.
Yeah, that really changes the vibe. It feels kind.
Exactly. That's what actually does. It adds emotional intelligence to your honesty.
So, it's not just about grammar, right?
Nope. It's about emotion, rhythm, and respect. When native speakers use actually, they're not being fancy, they're being human.
Wow. So, even when I want to correct someone, I can still sound nice?
Yes, that's the point. English isn't only about saying the truth, it's about how your truth feels.
That makes so much sense.
Let's take another example. If someone says, "You look tired today," and you just reply, "I'm fine," it sounds a little cold.
Yeah, kind of defensive.
Exactly. But if you say, "Actually, I'm okay, just a bit sleepy," pause, you sound open, friendly, real.
It feels more honest, but not like I'm fighting back.
Right. That's why I love this word. It makes truth sound kind.
I love that. Truth can sound kind.
Yeah. And here's another cool thing. Actually isn't just polite, it can also show thoughtfulness, like when you're correcting yourself.
Correcting yourself?
Yeah, like if you say, "I think it's on Tuesday," actually, no, it's on Wednesday. See? It's natural self-correction.
Oh, I say that all the time.
Exactly. That's why it sounds natural. You're showing your thinking in real time.
So, actually can mean two things: being polite and showing your thinking.
Yes, that's the magic. It makes your English sound alive, like it's happening in the moment, not rehearsed.
That's why native speakers sound so natural. They don't plan every sentence, they feel it.
Exactly. And small words like "actually" help express that feeling.
I like that. It's not about big words, it's about small feelings.
Beautifully said, Ena. You know, sometimes students think they need big vocabulary to sound fluent. But no, you need emotional rhythm.
Emotional rhythm? That sounds like a song.
It kind of is. English is music. Tone, timing, tiny words.
Then actually is like the soft drum beat that keeps it gentle.
That's a perfect metaphor.
So, how can I practice it more naturally?
Start by noticing where you want to sound more polite or thoughtful. Instead of jumping in with "no" or "but," start with "actually."
So, instead of no, you're wrong, I say, actually, I think it's this way.
Exactly. It keeps the door open for connection.
That really changes communication. Sometimes I avoid correcting people because I don't want to sound rude.
Yeah, and actually gives you permission to be honest without hurting anyone.
I like that. It feels safe.
Language should feel safe. When it feels safe, you speak from the heart.
That's beautiful, Paul.
Thanks. You know, Another cool detail is the tone of voice you use with actually matters.
How so?
If you say, actually, I don't like it, with a sharp tone, it still sounds rude. But if you say it softly, actually, I don't really like it. Pause. It feels honest, but gentle.
Actually, I don't really like it. Yeah, that does feel softer.
See? The melody of your voice makes the word work.
This is so interesting. English is like emotional music.
Exactly. You're learning to play the emotional notes.
And actually is like the soft drum beat that keeps it gentle.
That's a perfect metaphor.
I think sometimes I use direct sentences because that's how we speak in my language. But in English, it can sound too strong.
Totally. In many cultures, directness equals honesty. But in English, honesty often travels with a little softness.
Yeah, it's like emotion and truth walking together.
Exactly. That's the art of sounding polite but real.
Polite but real. I love that balance.
So do I. Because actually helps you keep that balance. It gives your truth a heartbeat.
That's such a beautiful way to say it.
Thank you. You know, even when I speak with my students, I use actually to sound kind but honest. Like, actually, your pronunciation is good, but you can relax your tone.
That does sound kind. I wouldn't feel bad hearing that.
Exactly. You'd feel corrected, but cared for.
Yeah, because you're not just judging, you're guiding.
Exactly. That's what words like actually do. They guide the emotion.
That's really powerful.
It is. Most people think learning English is about memorizing words, but it's also about learning how to feel in English.
That's deep. Learning how to feel in another language.
It is. And actually is one of those words that teaches you emotional fluency.
Emotional fluency. I like that phrase.
Yeah, it means you can express truth without breaking connection.
Like speaking from both the mind and the heart.
Exactly.
Paul, I've always felt nervous about correcting people in English. I didn't want to sound arrogant or cold.
That's so common, Ena. But with actually, you don't sound arrogant. You sound aware, confident, kind.
I think I needed to hear that.
We all do. That's why I love teaching words like this. They remind us that language is emotional design.
Emotional design?
Yeah, every small word shapes emotion. Actually shapes honesty. Maybe shapes kindness. Well, shapes patience.
That's beautiful. I never looked at English that way before.
Now you will. You'll start hearing actually everywhere in movies, podcasts, real conversations, and you'll notice the tone behind it.
Ooh, I can't wait to try that.
Good. You'll start feeling it too. The rhythm, the softness, the meaning between words.
It's like I'm learning the soul of English.
That's exactly what you're learning.
You know what, Paul? This conversation feels actually really special.
I'm glad you feel that. Because you're not just learning a word, you're learning awareness.
Yeah, awareness of emotion in language.
Exactly.
Actually, I think this might be my favorite English word now.
It's a good choice. It's small, but it carries so much heart.
So, Ena, now that you understand the idea behind actually, let's practice a few real-life moments. You ready?
Always ready.
Okay, imagine this. You're at work, and your coworker says, "We have a meeting at 10." But you know the meeting is at 9. How do you correct them politely?
Maybe no, it's at 9?
That's okay, but it feels a bit sharp. Now try this. Actually, it's at 9.
Actually, it's at 9. Oh, wow. That really sounds different.
Yeah, it sounds confident, not confrontational.
I can totally hear that. The second one sounds like I care about the person, not just the schedule.
Exactly. You're correcting the fact, but protecting the feeling.
That's such a nice balance. Fact and feeling.
Yep, that's real communication. Okay, next one. Let's say your friend says, this movie is boring, but you actually like it.
Oh, I'd just say, no, it's not.
Yeah, that's honest, but listen to the tone. It sounds a little defensive, right?
True.
Now say it with a soft beginning. Actually, I kind of like it.
Actually, I kinda like it. Oh, that feels friendly.
Exactly. That's the point. You still express your opinion, but now it's open, not closed.
It sounds like I'm inviting them into my perspective, not arguing.
Perfectly said. That's emotional fluency in action. So, Paul, can actually ever sound rude?
Good question. Yes, it can if the tone is wrong.
Exactly. For example, if someone says something and you reply sharply, actually, that's not true, it can sound defensive.
Ah, so it's not just the word, it's the energy.
Exactly. The same word can sound kind or cold depending on your tone.
So maybe I should always slow down a bit before saying it, like take a tiny pause.
Beautiful idea. That little pause gives space for kindness.
That's such a powerful trick, like micro-empathy.
Micro-empathy. I love that term.
I'm serious. It's like empathy in 1 second.
Exactly. And that's what actually teaches us, how to put empathy in motion.
You know, Ena, when I used to learn English, teachers only taught me grammar rules, but nobody told me that tone could change the whole meaning.
Yeah. Grammar builds structure, but tone builds connection.
That's so true. Even native speakers sound rude sometimes when they forget tone.
Exactly. It's not about nationality, it's about awareness.
So, actually, is not just a word, it's a behavior.
Oh, yes, I love that. It's a behavior of respect.
Respect wrapped in honesty.
Beautifully said.
Can I use it at work too? Like in professional emails or meetings?
Absolutely. For example, if someone suggests a wrong date, you can write, actually, I think the deadline is next Monday.
Oh, that sounds formal, but still kind.
Exactly. It's respectful correction. It says, I care about accuracy, but I also care about tone.
I really like that balance.
Let's try one more example. Suppose your boss says, the client's name is David, right? And you know it's Daniel.
So I should say, no, it's Daniel?
You could, but it sounds blunt. Try, actually, it's Daniel.
Actually, it's Daniel. Wow, that feels respectful, even toward my boss.
Exactly. You're correcting without ego.
That's powerful because sometimes small tone mistakes can change how people see you.
Absolutely. Politeness is power. It opens doors.
You know, I used to think fluency meant speaking fast, but now I realize fluency is speaking with feeling.
Yes. Fluency is emotional timing, not speed.
I wish someone told me that years ago.
It's never too late. The fact that you're aware now means your English will grow from the inside.
That's such a comforting thought.
It should be. You're not just learning English, you're learning communication.
Actually, I think I'm learning life skills.
That too.
You know, sometimes I hear native speakers start a sentence with actually, even when they're not correcting anyone. Like, actually, I wanted to tell you something.
Yes, that's the third magic use of it. It's also a soft starter.
Soft starter?
Yeah, it helps you begin a topic naturally. Instead of jumping right in, it warms up the listener.
Actually, I wanted to talk about tomorrow. Oh, that does sound smoother.
Exactly. It's like knocking on the door before entering a conversation.
Oh, that's a nice image.
It's true. Every good conversation starts with kindness.
So this tiny word can correct, connect, and begin gently. That's 3 different superpowers.
You nailed it. That's why I call actually a soft power word.
Soft power word. I love that. It feels strong but gentle.
That's what emotional fluency really is. Strength with softness.
Yeah, the world could use more of that.
You're absolutely right. Every small act of kindness, every soft tone makes a huge difference in connection.
You know, Ena, before learning this, I used to get frustrated. I'd say something honest and people would think I was upset.
Yeah, that happens a lot. But now you know, it's not what you said, it's how you said it.
Exactly. I used to think I needed more vocabulary, but I just needed more awareness.
That's the secret ingredient most learners never see.
Actually, this feels like therapy, not an English lesson.
Well, language is therapy. It helps you understand yourself, too.
You're right, because when I learned to speak kindly, I also learned to think kindly.
Exactly. Words don't just describe feelings, they create them.
Wow, that's deep.
It's true. That's why the word actually carries so much quiet power. It teaches patience, awareness, and care.
You know, I think this one small word just changed the way I see English.
And maybe the way you feel it, too.
Yeah, actually, it did.
So, Ena, what's your biggest takeaway from today?
That honesty doesn't have to sound hard. That a small word can carry big emotion. And that when I say actually, I can speak truth with kindness.
That's perfect, because that's the real magic. Politeness and honesty living together in one little word.
Yeah, the magic of actually.
Exactly. You're not just learning English anymore, Ena. You're learning connection.
Actually, that might be the best thing I've ever learned.
Narrator. Sometimes it's not the big words that make you sound fluent. It's the small, honest ones that make you sound human. That's the real magic of actually.